Now, in some cases, they may want to have it locked on and then transition into removable later, okay? So in that case, you can order it with a Bungee Kit. The Bungee Kit is going to come with 4 of these. All right, so I'm going to show you with this one how to apply it for a wrist device. Okay, so I'm going to take this zip tie off and I'm going to convert it to removable just like this. Okay, so you're going to take the little Bungee Kit, and again, if you order it with the cast, you'll get it in matching colors. And sometimes it can get a little bit frayed on the ends, so it's fine. Just snip that little end off so that it fits through the holes nicely without the fuzz on it. Okay, just like that. Now, you are going to want to see how the toggle is right here? You're going to want to move the toggle close to the end, and then you're going to want to put it in on the side opposite the hook. Okay, so you're going to want to feed these in the side opposite the hook, and you're just going to feed the 2 ends just like that. Okay, and then the ends are going to come out on the hook side. Now, you want to measure how tight you want this to hook on the hook. So if you leave a loop and you wrap it around the hook and you push that toggle out of the way, this is how tight you want it. You want it loose enough that it's easy one-handed to hook, but not so loose that, like, if it was super loose, it wouldn't stay tight on the hook like this. It would just flop off, okay? So you don't want it that loose. So you want to measure the tightness that you want on the hook perfectly so that it has a little bit of tension so that it can grab and hold there. So you're going to measure the right tension that you want, and then these other 2 ends are going to be sticking out under there. You're just going to do a regular 2 knots there, okay? So I'm just going to cross them over and loop it through and pull tight. And it's going to hide, that knot is going to hide down in that slot underneath, right? And then you're going to do that 1 more time. Just cross it through, just a regular square knot, just like that. And then pull it and tighten that knot down, okay? Now you see this bungee is on, and it works perfectly. And you got this with the 2 ends. You just snip these 2 ends off and get them out of your way. And as you can see, the knot is hidden behind that hook down into that little slot out of your way. And now this is removable, just like that, okay? And now they can put it on and off. Like I said, put their finger through, tighten it to the edge, and pop it around that hook, and they can wear it removable. That's how you change it. Now, for the long arm casts and for the feet, this is not going to be enough space for them because they have to keep their ankle or their elbow at a 90. So this is not going to be enough space for it to slide on and off of them. So in that case, you are going to want to be able to bivalve the device far apart when you take the 2 halves apart, okay? In that case, you are going to want to use super long bungees and have this be able to stretch very far apart so that when they put their ankle in, they can just slide their ankle in and close it down, okay? So in that case, you are going to want to, and I'll show you with this one, you're gonna wanna take these long bungees that we give you, and same thing, you're gonna wanna, pull the toggle close to the end so it's out of your way, and you're gonna wanna pop it in on the side that is opposite the hook, okay? So you're gonna go on the opposite the hook side and feed it through the holes. Okay, so fed it through that hole, and then I'm gonna feed this end through this hole. Got a little bit of a frayed, so it's hard to go through there. I can trim that off, okay? There you go. All right, so now here's the toggle and it's up against there, okay? Now in this case, you're gonna wanna measure it all the way around because this loop isn't just gonna hook right there because otherwise it wouldn't open very far. So in this case, you're gonna wanna measure this loop all the way around to the hook on the other side of the cast, like that, okay? And you're gonna do that around the cast here and around under the cast there with these, okay? So it's gonna go all the way around to the hook on the other side of the cast. So that's how you're gonna measure the tightness is all the way to the other side of the cast. Now, you want this to be tight so that it causes some, friction, but not so tight that they can't get it on. So I'm gonna make it a little tighter here and then see how that feels. and you want to measure it, the tightness, so that when the toggle is right up against the side of the cast like this, that you've got some tension here to hold it tight, but not so much that it is hard to put on and off, okay? Once you have it wrapped around, all the way around to the other side, and you have the right tension on there, now you're gonna do the same thing as we did with the wrist, and you're going to tie this in a square knot. Let me see if you can see this a little bit back. There we go. Tie this in a square knot, just like this. You're gonna tie it like that, and one more time. And clip these two ends off so that it is hidden out of the way, okay? And then on the other side, you're gonna come over here and put the toggle in on the side opposite the hook again, and you're gonna feed it through just like that, and feed it through just like this again. And you're going to measure the tension all the way around to the other side. And keep in mind that these are gonna crisscross over each other, and that's totally fine. You're gonna crisscross over to that side. You're gonna measure the tension so that the tension is the right tension to be able to still be able to take it on and off, but so that it pulls it taut. And you are going to then tie the knot again. So I move that toggle out of the way, and then tie the knot so that it hides underneath this. Let me see if you can see that. So that it hides underneath that hook, just like that. And I'm just doing a square knot like that. Now, when you cut these ends off, it's important that you don't cut them all the way on the knot, because then it will come undone. So make sure that you give just a little bit of an end, just like that, and cut it off, you know, so that it's close to the knot, but not cutting the knot, okay? And then that should be on there good, okay? So now, here's how the loops will look, and as you can see, you'll be able to pull these out and then clamshell open this AFO all the way wide. Same with the long arm. You're gonna wanna do the long arm ones like that. And then when you wanna put it on, you're gonna grab the toggle, pinch it, slide it all the way up tight next to the slot, and then you are going to wrap this bungee all the way around to the hook on the other side, okay? And then the same on this side. I'm gonna take this one, slide the toggle all the way up tight next to the cast, and wrap it all the way around the cast, across and all the way around onto the hook on the other side, okay? And that's gonna hold it tight onto the cast. Okay, that's how you do it for the ankles and the long arms.